All right, let's talk about something that drives a lot of us crazy, that relentless sneezing and congestion that just takes over your morning. Well, we've dug into a bunch of community-sourced natural remedies for anyone looking for some relief. So let's dive right in.
Does this sound familiar? You wake up, maybe you're reaching for your phone or thinking about coffee, and then, bam, the sneezing starts. The runny nose, the stuffiness, it just hits you. If that's your morning routine, trust me, you are not alone.
And this is way more than just a minor inconvenience. For a lot of people, it's genuinely a miserable experience. It's this daily battle that really sets the wrong tone for the entire day, every single day.
So, what's the next step? Well, the obvious path often leads straight to a doctor. But that's where a whole new problem can start, especially for people who are really hoping for a natural, long-term fix.
And here's that classic situation, right? The doctor prescribes a steroid nasal spray. And yeah, it can definitely work. But the big question for a lot of folks is, what about the long run? The worry about potential side effects is a real concern, and it's what sends so many people on the hunt for other options.
Okay, so enough about the problem. Let's get into the good stuff, the solutions people shared. We're going to kick things off with physical routines, things you can actually do in the morning to fight back.
Okay, one of the first things that came up over and over was nasal rinsing. The whole idea is pretty simple, really. You're just physically washing out all the gunk and allergens that are causing the irritation. It can give you this amazing, immediate relief, even if it is just for a little while.
But here's where it gets really interesting. You can totally level up a basic saline rinse. One person pointed to a special kind of spray that's packed with natural stuff like propolis, which comes from bees, and xylitol, which all work together to give it an extra boost.
And check this out. This just shows how creative people get. One person shared this really unique 3-part morning ritual. It starts with that nasal rinse we just talked about, but then they follow it up by jumping on a mini trampoline and gently massaging their lymph nodes. It's all about physically getting things moving and cleared out.
It's not all just about rinsing and moving, though. Another great physical tip was doing specific breathing exercises. And this one's got a pretty cool 2-for-1 benefit. In the moment, it helps clear out phlegm, but over time, it actually works to make your lungs stronger.
So we've covered physical routines, but what about what we're putting inside our bodies? Let's switch gears and talk about our next category, diet. Is it possible the food you're eating is the real troublemaker?
I mean, this is a huge question to ask yourself. One person shared that they had this runny nose that just would not quit. They thought it was allergies or a constant cold, but it turned out it was directly connected to what they were eating.
So for this person, after a little trial and error, it all came down to 2 things, sugar and maybe wheat. Once they cut those out, things got a lot better. It's just a powerful reminder that looking at your diet is definitely worth a shot.
All right, for our final category of solutions, we're heading straight into the kitchen. We're talking about remedies that use herbs and simple ingredients you can whip up right at home.
So first on the list is something called an elderflower tincture. It's basically a super concentrated herbal liquid, and the suggestion here is that it helps your body flush out all that phlegm. The recommended use was pretty specific, 1 dropperful about 1 to 3 times a day.
But maybe the most detailed tip we saw was for a homemade tea. This thing was designed to be soothing and healing, and the best part is, you probably already have everything you need to make it.
And I love these ingredients because they're so easy to find. We're talking a little bit of red onion, some ginger, a few cloves, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and a squeeze of citrus. I mean, these are total kitchen staples, which makes this recipe super approachable. And making it couldn't be easier. You literally just toss all the ingredients in some water, let it simmer for about 15 or 20 minutes, strain it, and then sip it while it's nice and warm. The advice was to drink it in the morning and at night for the best effect.
Okay, so we've gone through a whole bunch of different ideas. Physical routines, diet changes, herbal teas. What does it all mean when you put it together?
Well, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that there are so many options out there. It's not about finding one single magic cure. It's really about exploring this whole range of possibilities, from exercise to what you eat to homemade teas, and figuring out what combination clicks for you.
So that kind of leaves us with this one last thought. Maybe the answer isn't some huge, complicated overhaul. Maybe, just maybe, it's a single, simple change to your morning routine that could be the key to unlocking a much clearer, better day.